Most people think you need a huge audience to be able to afford to travel the world. That you need to be famous, you need to go viral. But what I found after 10 years on this journey is that is the furthest from the truth. You don't need followers, you need a reason, a story, and a way to make that story valuable to others. Whether it's working with brands, freelancing, documenting your adventures and sharing it with others, or offering your services and products, what actually gets you paid isn't popularity. It's clarity, trust, and connection. The book that I'm rereading at the moment, Building Your Story Brand by Donald Miller, he writes, people don't buy the best products, they buy the ones they understand the fastest. And the same thing goes for you. If you can help someone overcome their own problems, or if you move them with your story, or you show them a perspective that shifts the way they move forward on their own journey, you become valuable, and that's what gets you paid. Just sharing your truth that is clearly told and packaged in a way that is of service to others. But what does this look like? There's many ways to make money online to travel, and I filmed a video quite similar to this one about 2 years ago now, and I was depicting how I was making money at the time. I was pulling in over $10,000 a month at the time with a blog, and it was based around adventure cycling. And I would write content and share products and make money from affiliate sales and ads on the website and all this kind of stuff. Times have changed though, and it's been quite a transition period the last 12 months where I've had to literally let go of that way of making money and be forced into a more truthful, more authentically aligned way, hence filming this video right now. It is much more aligned to my path and purpose in this life, and it's been quite a significant shift that put me in quite a bit of turmoil for the last 12 months or so. And I didn't know if I could make it out on the other side. And I'll dive into the many aspects later on in this video. In a nutshell, essentially what I'm focused on now is getting free products from brands and creating content for those brands that is aligned in a way for me to share their story and show off their product in a very authentic way that is non-salesy, very seamlessly integrates into the lifestyle that I'm living and the stories and films and videos that I'm already capturing, and getting paid by sponsorship or getting paid by creating affiliate commissions and making sales on the products when people purchase. The idea here is to align products that fit seamlessly into your lifestyle that you're already documenting, and you're sharing products that you would normally buy yourself or you would recommend for your friend. I think this is key moving forward, to not promote products and all these things just for the money. The affiliate world can be a little bit murky in the sense that people just jump on the highest paying affiliate offer and just promote whatever. But that's not what this is about. And to be a conscious, authentic creator, I think we need to consider all these layers. And right now, I think it's a perfect time to be jumping on this creator economy. Everything is shifting from these bigger platforms and bigger channels. Like we used to watch television back in the day and you have a couple of channels. And then there would be, your Netflix, and then now we've got YouTube, and the creators are becoming the platforms. I think this is a trend to be really considerate of and look further into taking advantage of that. The creator economy is looking to boom over the next 5-10 years or so. The trajectory of economic growth and the sales and income that can be actualized and the potential there moving forward is enormous. The data doesn't lie. And what I'm noticing is smaller channels are getting pushed much more often. I don't know if you've seen this on your YouTube feed, but when you scroll, you can often see some videos pop up that have a couple of 100 views. YouTube's really pushing smaller creators, and I think this is something to really consider. And also, if you haven't watched already, check out one of my latest videos that I posted on why you should start a YouTube channel, even if no one watches. There's some interesting ideas that I explored there that can help offer a bit of a solid foundation for creation and then come back and watch this one, or watch it after this one, whatever you want. And the truth is, you don't need that many subscribers. All you need to do is channel your authentic story and express yourself as truthful as you can on this platform. As soon as I started doing that myself, things really started to shift, and I'm already noticing them right now in this moment. I'm currently riding a bit of a wave, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But it all sort of happened as soon as I decided to, for example, film a video like I'm doing right now, where I just sit down in front of the camera and I'm talking to you like a friend, and I'm just being raw and honest and just opening up a conversation here for us to explore. And it's essentially the cultivation of a relatable message that's backed in your own story, from your own experience, where you package services or offers where you have really mastered on your own path, wins that you've acquired, and offering that to people who are maybe 5 years or so behind on the journey. For example, this video that I'm filming today is, for me, 5 years ago, when I was making pretty good money actually. It's probably, for me, even earlier. However, I wasn't aligned. I was making money online in a way that wasn't soul fulfilling, and I'm really glad that I ended up losing that business. I was going to sell that for $185,000, that blog, and just check out, just retire, and just use that to fund me for what I am actually now working on next. It's had to be a bit of a dance around that idea, as that didn't really happen. But having that said, I'm all about authentic storytelling and content creation right now, and this is a message for myself for back then. And yeah, a little bit more on my story, bit of background and full transparency. I'm not quite where I want to be with making money online, especially with this personal brand right now. But I'm all in on this mission and vision that is this journey right now, and building my own empire of love. It has been really hard graft, and there's been many setbacks and character building moments on the journey that have been really testing. And I think that's what's needed. A real deep reason to create. It's a point of view that you communicate with brands, with your audience, if you will, or those who want to watch your videos, that goes way beyond popularity, as I said, and gaining followers. It's quite arbitrary. It's more about what feelings are evoked in the stories that you tell. And it's noticed. This authenticity in one's work becomes recognized. It's this energy that exists there that makes all the difference. And brands start to reach out in alignment with your message. But you should also reach out and cold pitch brands as well. Starting off with getting free gear. That's a great place to start. And there's the potential to be a gear tester, especially in the outdoor industry, and especially the niche that I'm in with adventure cycling. I get heaps of bike travel gear that I can test and sample products that I'm able to offer feedback to the brands with to help them improve their products. And often there's a great opportunity to be paid for that as well, being a brand ambassador or just being someone who offers feedback for brands to innovate their products and make better stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about building relationships and offering value for the other person, the other business, the other brand, and giving them what they want. I mean, right now I'm in the trenches submitting brand proposals, sponsorship pitches to brands, and applying to grants for, I'll get more into that a bit later. But there's one, for example, that I'm working on right now, which is for an electrolyte company, and I use their product to help me ride through the night across Vietnam all night long to get into Hanoi, where their electrolytes helped me get across the line, or else I would have been stuffed, right? So it's just this way of telling authentic stories that is able to integrate a brand's ethos, a brand's message into your storyline and connect to an audience in a very authentic way while having the product at a very central part of the narrative. And it all comes down again to authentic storytelling and capturing all of this out in the field, how you saw it, capturing the adventure how you saw it, and expressing that as truthfully as you can, because there's a resonance there, and I'm starting to believe this more and more and more, is when we share what's truthful through our own experience, people resonate, and people give feedback through the comments, and it's just a beautiful, tangible exchange. But I like this idea of Ginshi Gambutsu, which is a Japanese philosophy, meaning you're going out into the real world and you're testing real products in real conditions, real environments, to see if they really stack up and are legitimate products, right? And for example, one way that I make money is through creating review product videos. You don't even need a following for this, because you are ranking organically on YouTube for the product title itself. So if you were to make a review video on a bicycle, that name for the bicycle people are already searching for. So if you do good SEO on your video, you can rank for that. But it's making sure that when you make these review videos, for example, it's not that you're just getting the product straight away and you're, talking about how good it is and all this stuff. It needs to be truthfully backed from real world experience. And the only way to do that is through Ginshi, is being able to go out there and test that product and really come back with valuable information, which is the service part of this whole journey, is giving back to others in the sense that you're providing them value by, example in this case, doing a review video. And that's the thing as well, is these kind of videos, they rank evergreen. So you can create sales, affiliate commissions, right? Years down the line. I just got, some sales rolling in today from a product that I promoted over a year ago in one of my videos. And it's really cool to be able to stack that and have that coming in on a consistent basis. I mean, there's many ways to make money, as I say. Affiliate is one. There's also another part of affiliate where you can get paid on performance-based incentives. So you might make $50 per 1,000 views that you get on a video that you might agree with a brand when you integrate their product into a video, or you do a specific video product review of their product, which I've done in the past with some brands. But the ultimate way, I think, in this ecosystem is what's called UGC. I don't like that term, user-generated content, because I see some of the people who are doing it and it just seems so fake, like they're really just promoting the product, and I just can't help but think that, they're just trying to make sales, and it's very in your face. The approach I like to take it with is what I like to call ACC, which is Adventurer Creator Content, where you're an adventurer and you're getting out in the world and you're testing these products and you're infusing that with a beautiful storyline, and you're creating this content that is most typically shorter form content, or it could be long form, that is used for brands' social media content, and then also can be run for the brand's ads as well. But again, it comes back to authentic, truthful storytelling and great storytelling. Storytelling is something that I really love. It's always been a part of me. I can remember from as early on as like 8 years old when I went to AA meetings, or Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, with my dad way back, and I would sit there as a young kid and just listen to all these people share their life stories, just sit there in silence and take it all in. And ever since those days, I've just been captivated by people's stories. And storytelling is something that's primordial amongst every single human being. It's a form of communication that everyone can relate to. That's why archetypes are so popular, and you see movies do so well that follow a certain storyline. There's something ingrained in us. But I think the question to ask yourself is, how can I get paid to tell stories? How can I get paid to tell my story? And for me, this has been a 10-year journey where it's taken me that long to finally figure it out. And it's actually quite exciting, because things are starting to align and click. But also, as I say, as someone who's fascinated by others' stories, there's many ways you can take this to make money. Example, I made a few $1,000s telling the stories of other entrepreneurs, sitting down with them and having a chat like a podcast style conversation where I'd sit there for an hour or so, and I would just ask them questions about their business, about their life and their story, and taking that long form piece of content and cutting that up into 20-30 second video clips in vertical form that then can be used for that brand's or that entrepreneur's or that personal brand's social media. And from that one conversation, they can have like a month worth of content. But I think it's just a beautiful time to be alive, guys. I'm currently sitting here in Vietnam, beautiful Vietnam, and I'm just working through what I'm working on, and there's just many opportunities that I'm really grateful for that are on their way. One of which is another way that I'm looking at income generation, is applying to creative grants. In Australia, I'm lucky enough that the government offers funding to many different sectors, and one of them is content creation and storytelling, where they can fund you like 40, 50, or even depending on what grants you go for, $500,000 grants that can help support your vision. For me, one of my dreams is to create like Netflix level adventure stories, adventure documentaries, adventure films. And I have one that I've mustered up at the moment and I've cultivated and I've applied to some grants for, along with a few others that I'll also be applying for as well. But that's like a really ultimate way that to get paid to travel and to tell stories, and I think that's bloody awesome. So we'll see how we go with that. And then there's also the classic cliche of selling your own products, selling your own physical products and your own digital products. And one of them for me that I've done for my adventure cycling brand is selling digital products in the form of courses or masterclasses, where I've created a bikepacking bike buyer's guide and made some sales with that to sell that to people. And it's a great way to monetize what you already know, and at scale, one to many, be able to sell that to many people rather than like one-on-one coaching and that kind of stuff. And again, it comes back to selling from your own lived experience. At the epicenter of what I'm trying to communicate in this video is getting to a place in our lives where we are our truest selves, or we've come to know ourselves, know thyself, to a point where we can live authentically. And each one of us has that uniqueness within that when it's cultivated and expressed, it offers value to others because it's based in experience that is unique. And this is where our value lies for each and every one of us. And for me, I'm so glad that I've been able to recently unpack that. And a lot of that has come back from you guys, from being a mirror and a springboard to bounce this off of through the content that I've created. So I really appreciate the comments you guys have been leaving, so thank you for that. But it's made me realize that my value and my unique path has been about storytelling and how I can help others tell their story. There's many different variations for each and every one of us. Whether you're a skateboard rider and you want to teach people how to skate, to teaching people how to speak English, there's many different ways, and it's very exciting that we have the ability in today's day and age. You don't even need a big audience, and that's why I titled this video the way I did, because you can make this happen with a few thousand subscribers or no subscribers at all, and just creating content, right? And again, it's a long-term game. Like, you got to build the audience, blah blah blah, but essentially you don't have to build the audience as well, because the platforms are rigged in a way, it seems, that if you know how to title a video really well and create really good looking thumbnails and hit on a video idea that people want to watch, that's enough for these platforms to be able to push it. And all you need is just a decent marketing strategy behind that, in Facebook groups, in Reddit communities, and just getting it out there where people are already residing on the internet. Back that with a good business backend and offer, and there's no stopping you. And then there's also selling your own actual physical products too, right? If that's an avenue you want to go down, this is something I'm working on at the moment, is selling our Blend Voyage travel blender, and offering all these other travel products amongst this whole travel lifestyle and this freedom lifestyle that I'm all about. you could do the same. It really reminds me of that quote from Steve Jobs that had to go something like, the world is made up by people who are no smarter than you, and essentially explains that we can mold and shift and build the world that we want to build through the products that we think the world needs. And I mean, there's been many cases, I met many people who created a product because there was a hole in the market that didn't serve what they wanted, and they made something new for themselves, and they started from that point, and it turned out that it was valuable to others as well. And I mean, you can take the skills that you generate from this journey, example, video editing, you can take social media marketing and managing, or writing, all these things, and you can do freelancing gigs, right, to be able to make money to travel. There's really quite an endless way and possibilities of making money online, and it's really, really exciting.